Yo, RX back with another recap of UFC Vegas 91, Perez versus Nicolau. We back with another recap, and of shockingly, a great card. Yeah, I did just say that. This card was actually really good, and I can't really believe it, to be honest, that this card on paper that looked so terrible actually turned out to be a great card. Like 13 fights, none of them were that bad, if any, and we had a lot of fun moments. Fuck, we've said it 100 times before that it's the cards you don't expect that do end up being really good, at least for Apex and Fight Nights, but fuck, this one shut everyone up. Cause I did not see a soul saying this was a good card going into it, and by the end, I think we can all agree this was a good card. I'm saying great even, because again, it's out of 13 fights, really, maybe one of them you could say was bad or boring. And we had a bunch of fun finishes, two big upsets. It was fun. I enjoyed it. And I for what it was a nice way to follow up 300. Not on paper, but in execution. Great job, UFC. But, yeah, not really much else to say, because I'll just keep rambling on. So, let's just recap some fights. Before I do, please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs go by the end of 2024. Thank you for getting me to 42. Let's keep growing, my goats. And, yeah. Unless I'm forgetting to say something, let's recap some fights. Again, 13 fights in total. A lot happened, and we start in the lightweight division with a very fun fight that did not go how I expected to, but it was very entertaining. As we begin tonight in the lightweight division with Maheshate versus Gabriel Benítez. What a really fun fight to begin tonight, which we expect it to be. I think when we see these two on paper fighting each other, we did kind of know it was going to be a fun fight, and that is what it was. It was a very entertaining fight. For 15 minutes, not one takedown was shot, really no clinching, if any. They literally just had a kickboxing match for 15 minutes, and it was great. It was really entertaining. Neither guy could land that big shot to rock or down the other, which I'm a little shocked with, since we have Maheshate, who does hit very hard, and he did land a lot of shots. But yeah, neither guy was able to really land that kill shot. But to break down the rounds, it's kind of hard because they just blend into each other, in my opinion, for how they were pretty much the same thing for 15 minutes. Like Maheshate did get. Did I give him Maheshate round 1? I'm trying to remember how I scored. I know I gave Maheshate the fight, but I think I gave him round 1. I think I gave Benítez round 1 and Maheshate 2 and 3. I think. I'll fact check that later, or you can just check my Twitter to see. But I might have gave Benítez the first and then Maheshate. Yeah, because Benítez did win the first, because I think he did win, he did have more strikes and all that, I believe, but clearly the judges disagreed. I don't know if I agree with giving Maheshate a first and second. I definitely don't think he was clearly up 2-0 going into the third. That's what I think. But, yeah, it was a really fun fight. It was a split, which I do agree with. You could flip a coin and score this fight. You could say for a few fights on this card. But yeah, you could have gave this to either guy. I don't think anyone would have complained. Maheshate did get the split decision, and which is who I would have gave it to. And yeah, Maheshate walks away with his first W since 2022, I believe. So yeah, and it was a great fight, like I said, which is you always have to see a great fight. But yeah, not very much else to say about the fight, because like I said, I pretty much said everything I could, so I guess let's talk about the fighters. I'll start with Maheshate, since I don't really much to say about either guy. They went out there, had a fun fight, and both needed the win. Maheshate did get the win, because if he would have lost this, I definitely think he could have made a case for him being cut. But he did get the win. So, yeah, and he looked good. He did look improved. His gas tank looked alright. His again, the only thing I'm a little shocked by was his power. I guess he did not. Either Benítez has a really good chin, or Maheshate does not really have that much power. I'm gonna probably go with the first one. But yeah, just Maheshate showed a lot of improvements in this fight that I don't think we've seen from him in his past fights, like a good gas tank, like durability, shit like that. So yeah, just a good win the kid needed. 24 years old. Like getting cut would probably really fucked him up, but now he gets to keep his job for another day, which is always great to see. For Benítez, definitely a win he needed, but with how close the fight was, how good the fight was, I don't think it's the end of the world. Like, I went into this thinking the loser gets cut, and I don't know if you should cut Benítez. Like, he had a great fight here, stepped in on short notice, could have easily won, and he's only lost 2 in a row. I get, like, he has 1-4 in his last 5, but still, he looked great in this fight. Again, you could have easily gave him this fight, in my opinion. So for being 35 years old, he just went toe to toe for 24-year-old and didn't look bad at all. So that's up to the UFC if they want to cut him or not. I don't think he should get cut. If he loses again, then of course. But after a performance like that, I don't think you should cut him. He looked good, and yeah, I think he deserves to get another fight in the UFC if he wants it. So yeah, I don't really see why you would cut him after a great after a great fight. So yeah, not really much else to say. Besides that, let's get into fight ideas. First one of the video, and I already have this one in mind, because I like, this one might sound kind of odd, but I don't know, I like this idea. I think it makes sense to an extent, and again, I think it would be fun, and that would be Kurt Halaba versus Maheshate. Why not? Kurt coming off a loss to Ogden, Maheshate getting his first win after a 2-fight losing streak. Why not? Kurt's a nice veteran, would definitely be a tough fight for Maheshate. Maheshate ain't gonna take Kurt down, which was Kurt's downfall in his fight against Ogden. I think it'd be a fun fight. Like, there's a couple other fights you could do for Maheshate. Trevor Peek, Ashmoos, Francisco Prado, even like a Daniel Zell Hubbard would be interesting, but I think Kurt makes most sense. Let the kid get another win, because he probably wins that fight, and then give him another tough fight like that. So I maybe it's not the most fair fight for Kurt, but like, why not? It would be a fun fight, and again, at least it's not a wrestler, so Kurt definitely does have a chance to win this fight, because Kurt is a brawler, and brawling is what Kurt does best. So that's what I would do. I think it makes sense. And then for his opponent Benítez, I won't give Benítez the fight idea, because I do think I don't really know who he could fight. I see him feeding him to a young guy, like the guys I named, Peek, Ashmoos, etc. But I definitely do I think he should get another UFC fight. So I'm not gonna give him a fight idea, but I do think he should get another chance after a really fun fight. So yeah. Not very much else to say. Great fight to begin tonight, like we all knew it would be. And I do like the UFC has been starting off cards lately with really good fights. We had Cody and Figgy on paper, was meant to be great. This was great. I don't remember what's starting next week, but I do think it's a good. Fight if I remember. So I do like that their logic is finally to start the card with a good fight, because why would you start with a dud? So, but yeah, great fight to begin the night. Great win for Maheshate. And who should he fight next? I like Maheshate versus Kurt Halaba. I think it makes sense. Do I think the UFC will do it? No, but why not? The young guy gets a fight against another veteran. The veteran gets a fight against a guy who's not going to take him down. Look it. I'm down to see it. Let's do it. Not very much else to say. Great fight. After that, we had to our second fight of the night, which was super predictable of how it went, because we all knew how this was going to go, because trash. But in our second fight of the night in the strawweight division, right? Yes, Oh no, flyweight, my bad. In the flyweight division, we have Ivana Petrović versus Liang. I'm so shocked that Liang had a great first round and then gassed and lost. It's like I've seen this story before. Jokes aside, like, this fight did go pretty much how we expected it to. Had a great round 1, easily won it, dominated Ivana if anything, and then she gassed. Got beat up in round 2, and then got submitted in round 3. I'm so shocked that Liang has not gotten better, and is the same fighter we've seen for 3 fights now, 4 if you count this. So yeah, good job, Na. Yeah, pretty whatever. It was a can versus can fight, and the better can won, which was like Ivan. Like, if you can't beat Liang, you suck. Like, Na is so bad. I'll talk about Na first, because why did she get this fight? She lost 3 in a row, and she's shown no positives going into this fight. The best I've seen from her is she did a little bit of something against Cornelowski, and she looked okay against Aldridge before getting finished. Besides that, she's shown nothing. She's not gotten better. She's been in the UFC for 4 years now, had a fight every year, and she's not looked better in any of them. She's terrible. She's a terrible fighter. She has no striking. Her ground game is good in round 1. If the fight was 1 round, just 5 minutes, then she'd probably be pretty good. She'd have a really nice record if she only had to fight 1 round, because she usually does win round 1. I think she won it against Cornelowski. She won it against Ivana. She probably won it against Aldridge. She just, after round 1, she shits the bed because she sucks. So she's a blatant quitter. She's quit in these fights. She quit against Aldridge. She quit against Cornelowski. She has no gas tank, and she's not good. So she just sucks. I don't get why the UFC gave her another fight. But it's over. If they give her another fight, dude, I don't even know what to say at that point. Like, is she holding them at fucking gunpoint? Like, cut her. She's trash. Let her. I think they let her go to PFL, but they probably won't even take her. Why? Why waste money on Liang? She'll probably go back to fucking, where was she before? Oh, she was in Bellator. She'll probably go back to WLF, whatever the fuck that is, because clearly she can just beat up cans over there. So, yeah, she's terrible. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about Liang. To actually talk about the winner of this fight, Ivana Petrović. She didn't even look that good. She looked terrible in round 1, lost the round to Na, and then she looked good after Na gassed, but it's like, you had to rely on Liang gassing to look good. It's like, I'm definitely a fighter I'm going to be fading in her later fights when she fights better competition, because she's not good. She's just not she's just not that, like, I see why Luana beat her, because Luana didn't fucking have an adrenaline dump after round 1. Like, if you could just fight decently enough, you can easily beat Ivana. So, she's just not good. It's simple as that. I don't see anything that great with her. Like, she's lucky they gave her the worst fighter on the fucking roster, it seems like. So, yeah, I don't see Ivana as a prospect. I don't think she's good. And I think she'll probably be losing her next fight unless they give her finally, like, who's the next worst? Shauna Banana or some shit? Like, shit, man. Ivana ain't good. Simple as that. I don't see it. But, yeah, besides that, let's talk about who they should fight next. For Ivana, I forgot she's a flyweight, I said. Oh yeah, Juliana Miller, yeah. If they gave her this fight, then she would probably win, or get fucking Fernandez. But I don't think they will do that. Juliana Miller, I could actually see them doing that. Besides that, I really don't know who she could fight. Stoyarenko, maybe, she could probably win that. If Sajara Eubanks is even still in the UFC, I have no fucking idea. But I probably see him like Juliana would make sense. Juliana or someone else. I don't know. Do I care? Fuck no. But yeah, probably I could see him if they want to give her another win. Juliana Miller would be that fighter to do because she is god awful. But if they want to give her a little bit tougher fight against her Eubanks or Julia Stoyarenko are right there, who are pretty much almost as bad as Na Liang. Stoyarenko is pretty much a little bit better version of Na Liang, to be honest. So yeah, any of those work, and yeah, not really much else to say there. It was a fine fight, but it was a Na Liang fight. She got beat up and lost. Pretty simple. But yeah, not very much else to say. Good win for Ivana, I guess, to get back in the win column, but she's definitely going to get beat in her next fight if they give her a tough fight. So yeah. But not much else to say. Who should they fight next for Ivana? Juliana Miller or Julia Stoyarenko? Probably. Na Liang get cut, and not very much else to say. After that, we head to our third fight of the night in the lightweight division, which actually was very fun. I really enjoyed this. I thought this was very, very funny, and this just proved what I said about this fighter to be completely true. And then our third fight of the night in the lightweight division, we have Chris Padilla versus James LLontop. Well, this just proved everything I said about LLontop to be true, because this guy fucking sucks. Like, I'm so happy I was right about this, because I don't know what the UFC saw in this dude. Cause long story short about this fight, all that happened is they did a little bit of striking, Padilla got some takedowns, and then eventually, I think he took him down again, got on his back, locked in a rear naked choke, and tapped him out. Yeah, LLontop is trash, man. Like, what did the UFC see in this dude? He looked okay in the Contender Series, but he beat up a fucking heavy bag who didn't fight back. Like, and then now he looks like shit against a dude that stepped in on Monday and he missed weight. Like, LLontop is trash, man. Like, he has the look of a fighter. He's all mean, but dude, he fucking sucks. Like, he's fucking trash. I don't get it. I don't get what I said this the night of his Contender Series fight. I fucking said don't sign him. Like, but I remember every time I talk about LLontop, I say he sucks. People, no, he is good. He is good. No, literally right before the fight, I saw someone say, "Oh, I think he's good." 4 minutes later, as he's tapping, I think, "Oh, yeah." And I picked him to win this fight. I was going to pick Padilla as a joke, just because I fuck LLontop, he sucks. But no, I was like, I don't want to get this wrong. I'll just go LLontop. I don't care enough to get a pick wrong. I should have. Padilla is a better fighter. Padilla is 10 times better than fucking Goku's bitch ass. And you're not Goku, bitch. You're trash. Like, LLontop is garbage. Like, I don't know what the fucking UFC saw to sign him. Like, I don't get it. He couldn't knock out a can on a Contender Series, and then he loses to a guy no one's ever fucking heard of after he stepped in on short notice. It's like, come on. And all respect to Padilla, dude looked great. He looked great. Won his debut, got robbed of a bonus, and he looked great. I can't really say enough good things about Padilla here. So he looked great, and he just got a giant upset. Hope he made some people money. He was a giant underdog. So I'm impressed. I'm really impressed by Padilla. So, and I'm excited to see him fight again. He looked great. So I can't really say anything else. I'll be excited to see him fight again. I think he looked good, intriguing fighter. On a full camp, no less. I'm excited to see him fight again. See what he can do, man. He looks like a really good addition to the lightweight division. Is that his official weight class? I know sometimes they fight up a weight class. No, yeah, this is weight class. So cool. Or I guess he can fight at welterweight also. I guess he flip-flops, it seems. So, but yeah, I'm impressed by Padilla. Great performance, great upset, and yeah, again, hope he made someone money. Because I know LLontop probably lost a lot of people money, because people probably threw him in their parlays. When he should have been an easy win. He's like, but yes, like, he's a guy who I almost considered as a lock, but I was like, I don't trust him enough as a lock. You see why? He fucking sucks. So, yeah, not very much else to say. No fire yet, because Padilla, he's not, like, he's so unknown still. He's not even, like, ranked in the lightweight shit yet, and neither is LLontop, so, and I don't know, fight idea for someone so new and so, like, you weren't expecting is kind of a bitch, so, yeah, but, yeah, I can't wait to see Padilla fight again. I think he's a very intriguing fighter, and LLontop's a joke, so, no fight ideas for either. LLontop should be fighting in fucking PFL, and that's about all I gotta say about that. Great debut for, Taco Padilla. After that, we head to our fourth fight of the night in the women's strawweight division. Fight went exactly as predicted, to be honest. I don't know how anyone really would have got this fight wrong. It was so easy. As in our fourth fight of the night, we have Ketlen Souza versus Marnic Mann. Yeah, this was as predictable gets. Ketlen, just being a better fighter for 15 minutes, beat the shit out of Marnic. For the first 2 rounds, outside of a fucking judo throw, Marnic did fucking nothing. Ketlen just beat the shit out of her on the feet. Then in round 3, Ketlen did kind of slow down. Marnic did lay on top of her for half the round, but Ketlen did almost finish her in round 3 at the same time. So Ketlen easily won that round and won the fight. So yeah, quick, easy one for Ketlen Souza. She looked good against a terrible fighter. Pretty easy. I'll talk about Ketlen first. She looked good. Like I guess her debut was kind of a unfair way to judge her, since she did fight Karine Silva, who we'll talk about later. Plus she was upper weight class, I believe. So I guess strawweight is a real weight class, and down a weight class on a full camp against a huge step down. She looked great. She looked really good. Her striking looked good. She was pretty much just walking Marnic down, because Marnic was pretty much just up against the cage the whole time, and Ketlen was just trying to beat her up, and she did. She did look good. I'm interested to see how Ketlen improves, because she is only 28 years old. It's her second UFC fight, back down at her weight class. We'll see what she can do. I was not really impressed, because again, it was Marnic Mann, but I was a little. I guess calling her Can after losing to Karine Silva was a little bit of a reach. So, but yeah, let's see how she builds on top of this win. And see what happens next. And for Marnic, I'll be quick and blunt about this. She should probably get cut. Did she look good in round? Did she look good in this fight? No. She showed heart. She did not quit, but she's not good. She's 5 feet tall. She's clear. Her abilities are very limited. She pretty much can only take you down. She can't strike. I don't see any point of keeping her. If there's an atomweight division, because I think that is probably her fucking weight class. No, she actually. I don't know if atomweight's in LFA, but if it is, then I'm shocked she's not fighting at it. But yeah, I just don't think she's good. I've seen in her 3 fights I've seen of her, because I saw her on Contender Series, I've not seen anything positive from her. Besides, she's tough, and even then, she got fucking knocked out by Bruna. So I don't know. I've not been impressed, and I get she has fought good fighters. Bruna Brazil. That's a tough Contender Series fight. Josephine Kunetson on short notice, that ain't easy. Ketlen, a giant step down. She looked terrible. I don't see the point of keeping her. 31 years old, way too short, very inexperienced at the same time. I don't see the point of keeping her. I would cut her. Maybe it's just me. You could give her one more fight if you want to be nice about it. But, I get if you want to build up someone, sure. But I would cut her. I just don't think she's good. Simple as that. Only thing left to say now is, who should they fight next? For Ketlen Souza, now back at her weight class. Not really an easy fighter to give an idea, since it's going to be one of these lesser fighters. The only two ideas I really saw are Estela Nunez or Talita Alengar. I'm not really seeing anything else that interesting or that makes much sense, because I highly doubt they're going to give her a that good of a fight. Like, I doubt she'll get anyone on this first page. I know these ain't official rankings to anyone, but I do think this is a good way to scale fight ideas and all that. Maybe they give her Maria. I think they might have cut Maria Oliveira, but if they didn't, I could see that. But besides that, I don't see them giving her anyone on this page. So probably more of a Alan Carr or Estela Nunez. If Estela Nunez can come back anytime soon, who knows? But if she does, that would be the fight that would make the most sense, in my opinion. Or Alan Carr. So either way, I think either of those work. And then for Marnic, man, even if she did get another UFC fight, who would she fight? Like, you could get Shauna Banana a quick win, or someone like Stephanie Luciano, who's making her debut sooner than later. So either one of those two would work. Besides that, I would cut her. So I don't know. It was a fight. Ketlen, it was just a showcase fight for Ketlen. She looked good, so not really much else you can say. Besides, who should they fight next? Ketlen, I'll say Alan Carr or Estela Nunez. And for Marnic, I say get cut or get fed to someone they want to win a fight. So, not really sure what else to say. Good performance by Ketlen. After that, now we get back to some questionable. We get to some questionable decisions, 2 in a row, in fact. As in our next fight, our 5th fight of the night in the heavyweight division, we have Dontel Mays versus Caio Machado. This was not the fight I was expecting, or I don't think anyone was expecting from these two, because for 15 minutes they were just going. It was just a striking match, which you would not really expect that with Dontel Mays, because he's not really known for that, especially against someone like Machado. You definitely thought he would have shot takedowns, but he didn't, and he kept it standing for 15 minutes, which I do respect that. In round 1, he dropped Machado right at the end of the round, clearly got that round. Round 2, definitely the closest round of the fight. Definitely, I think, probably the deciding round of the fight. I gave it to Machado, but I get giving it to Mays. You can really give it to either or. What the fuck is this little like email on the 9 right here? And then in round 3, I do think Machado got that round. It was kind of close, but I do think Machado won that, and my scorecard at the end of the fight was 29-28 Machado. I think he got the last 2 rounds, but clearly the judges saw a 2-1 Mays, so that's what they scored it, and Dontel Mays got the win. Do I agree with the decision? No, not really. But do I think it was a robbery? No, it was very close. I think it was a little. I don't think it was as close as Maheshate and Benítez, but I definitely think you could make the case for Machado winning, because I definitely do think he did win. I do think a lot of people think Machado won. So, but it was either way, close fight, could have won either way, and it was not bad. It was a very it was not a bad play. It was just two dudes swinging. 2 big dudes swinging, and after round 1, neither had power, because Machado doesn't have power, and Mays got gassed. So, but yeah, I wish I would have got my pick right, of course, but again, I'm not going to cry for robbery when I don't think it's a robbery. So, who do I want to talk about first? I guess I'll talk about Dontel. He's not a good fighter. Like, I still don't think he's a good fighter, but he got the win here, which I guess is the most important. I guess he's trying to improve his striking, which I guess he looked a little better. But I guess I do wonder why he did not shoot takedowns like he usually does. But I guess he just was not. I'm guessing because he had no threat of power coming back his way with Machado, because again, Machado does have really no power. So I guess if that's why, that makes sense, but I do think that's still a risky game. But I guess it paid off for him. So the 32-year-old gets another win and fights another day. So we'll see what's next for Dontel. And then for Caio, now 2 O's in UFC, 2 very close O's, might I add. He probably should have got the Mays fight. And again, if I remember, a lot of people do think the Parkin fight was close. So, yeah, back-to-back very close fights. Will he have to change his game plan going to the next one so that doesn't happen? We'll see. Is he a good fighter? No. He has no power, really. And he's not the worst of the worst at heavyweight, but he's not good. So we'll see how he fights in the next fight. Since he'll probably change his game plan, since now he's had 2 very close decisions that the judges have just not gave him. So yeah, we'll see what he does now. I still don't think he even should be in the UFC. Why did he get a contract for this garbage? But whatever. We'll see what's next for Kyle Machado when he fights again. Only thing left to say now is who should they fight next. For Dontel Mays, I have an idea that I think is interesting, and I definitely don't think it's a bad idea. I think he should fight Shamil Gaziev. Why? Why not? No, I really don't know who else Mays could fight. The only other names I'm seeing, like Mick Parkin maybe, but I most likely see Mick Parkin fighting like a Taito Ivana or some shit, probably on that Manchester card, because they want to build Mick up, they like him. Or like Tafa, Usman, any of those maybe, but I doubt it. I think Shamil makes sense, and for Shamil, this is the kind of fight he should have been having in his second fight, not Jairzinho Rosenstrike. So I think it's a good bounce back fight for Shamil. Like outside of that, who else could Shamil fight? Same people as Mays, Tafa, Usman. But I think those might be harder fights for Shamil, because Tafa might not be too difficult, but he would need to get the takedown. So, I think Mays and Shamil makes a lot of sense. For both. Mays, if he could get that win, it'd be a pretty nice one on his record, probably the best in the UFC he would have. And for Shamil, if he got that, it would be a nice way to get back on track after a way too early jump to Jairzinho Rosenstrike. So, I like that idea. Will they do it? Probably not. They'll probably give fucking Shamil someone even worse than Dontel, and I could see Dontel fighting like fucking, I don't know, Mick Parkin or some shit maybe. We'll see. But yeah, and then for Caio Machado, I don't know, Jamal Pogues or Thomas Peterson probably. Like, yeah, probably Thomas Peter or Walter Walker, however you say his fucking name. So probably someone along those lines. Oh, Lucas Bresky too. Any of those guys would work. Lucas, Walter, fucking Thomas Peterson, any of them. So yeah, not very much else to say there. Fine fight, questionable decision, but whatever. It was a close fight, and who should I fight next? I like Dontel Mays versus Shamil Gaziev, and I like Kyle Machado. I'll say, Walter Walker, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, not very much else to say. Good win for Mays, even if I don't really agree with him getting it, but shit happens. And let's see if he could knock off Shamil Gaziev, or knock him off for the second time. So yeah, not very much else to say. Fine fight. After that, we had to our 6th fight of the night, the co-main event of the prelims, and even a more controversial, questionable decision. As in this fight in the lightweight division, we have Austen Hubbard versus Michal Figlak. This is definitely the most controversial decision of the night. I definitely saw a lot of people saying robbery here. I definitely could agree to an extent. In round 1, it was close, but I did give it to Figlak. I think most people did. Round 2, another really close round. I think that was the best round for Hubbard, if I'm correct. And round 3, it was the best round for Figlak. So I guess it comes down to round 1, but I think that was it kind of clear for Figlak. So I scored it 1-3 Figlak. I think a lot of people did. But I guess the judges saw something we didn't. They used the exact same scorecard they did for the fucking Mays fight. just changed the name. Yeah, is this a robbery? You can make the case. I don't agree with this decision. I agree with this even less than I do the fucking, Dato Mays one. But, I don't know, maybe I watched a different fight than the judges. I just don't think it was, let alone a clear win for Austen Hubbard. I don't think it was even a win for Austen Hubbard. But, yeah, I guess it definitely probably one that needs to be watched back, but I don't think he won this fight. So, yeah. Besides that, to talk about each fighter real quick, Hubbard, he looked like Austen Hubbard. He didn't look that good. He didn't look terrible. He just looked like Austen Hubbard. And for Michael Figlak, he looked good. He looked way, way, way improved from his fucking debut. And he probably should have been rewarded with a W here, but shit happens, and that's not how the cookie crumbles. Just if he can just get better from this, still young, and come back, and he'll probably get win this next fight. So I don't know. I'm not. I think he won this fight. Figlak looked like the better fighter in this fight, and yeah, it's kind of lame that he did probably get robbed. So. Yeah, but not really much else to say. No fight idea because A, it was a pretty bad decision, and B, fuck Austen Hubbard. So yeah, not really much else to say there. So questionable decision. It was a really good fight. Don't get let me throw that in there. It was a really good fight. But do I think Hubbard won it? No. So, but yeah, it was a fight and debatable decision. And now for our featured prelim in the bantamweight division, a fight that was very predictable, the reason I was so confident in it. As in our featured prelim, we have Victor Henry versus Rani Yahya. Yeah, this was sad to an extent after a while. The long story short of this fight, in round 1, Rani looked great. He was winning on feet, he did a lot of good work, got takedowns, he looked great. Then round 2 happened, where he looked old, slow, tired, and it ended up in him getting beat up badly. And then round 3, much of the same. Eventually he got hurt. Henry landed a nice head kick, a couple more punches, and it was over. Yeah, that was sad to an extent. Like I said, I'm actually shocked Ronnie came out and looked so great in round 1. Because again, he did win round 1 mainly on the feet. His striking looked good. But then again, round 2, he looked old, tired, and beat up. So, yeah, good win for Victor Henry. He was my lock of the night for a reason. This was an easy fight for him, as it should be. And yeah, I'll talk about Ronnie first because I think there's more to say. Yeah, he should retire. He's almost 40 at bantamweight. Just retire. Like, did he look good here? Yeah, but to an extent. I don't think he should be in the UFC. I don't think he should fight anymore. I think it's time to retire. You got nothing left to prove. You're not going to win a belt. You're just going to take more unnecessary damage at your old age, and I really don't see the point of it. So, knowing the UFC, they'll probably feed him to a young guy like Cameron Simon or some shit, which is just fucked up. But yeah, I think Ronnie should retire. 40 years old, almost just about, and more damage is just not needed. Simple as that. To talk about Victor Henry, Victor getting a nice win here. He needed that first win since around a year ago. He looked good. He bounced back really well after getting his nuts kicked in by Javid. Yeah, this is the Victor Henry we've been wanting to see, because we've not really seen this Victor Henry. Because again, he looked ass against the Sun Tzu. That Gravely fight was very close, and then Javid, he was gonna lose that fight anyway, but still he got kicked in the balls. This is the best Victor has looked since the Barcelos fight. It's still not the Barcelos Victor Henry we saw, but it's still a very good fighter. Because when Victor is on, he fights pretty well, and I get he is. But I know I'm saying a lot about Rani being old when Victor is 36 himself, but yeah, he's not A, taking half the damage of Rani, and B, this is his 5th UFC fight, so. Yeah, Victor's good when he's fighting at his best, but he needs to fight at his best. So, like he did in this fight in round 2 and 3. So, yeah, good win. He needed that, and we'll see what's next for him. Because my idea is actually interesting, and I don't think it's a bad idea. I think why not for my fight idea for him. So, yeah. But not really much else to say besides who should they fight next for Victor Henry. I'm gonna say it. Let's rematch Javid. That was a no contest due to a nut shot. Javid coming off a loss. Why not? I really don't see what else Victor could do. Like I saw people say Cody Garbrandt. Why do that to Cody Garbrandt? Davy Grant. I think these two should fight personally. Amen. I don't really think why Amen would take that. He probably deserves a better fight than that. And then besides that, who else could Victor fight? That makes sense. So, yeah, I like a Javid fight. Rebook that. Let's see who would have won that without the nut shot. So, I'm down. And then let's say Rani doesn't retire. Give him like another old dude, like a Brian Kelleher would be perfect. Don't feed him to Rinya, Simon, Damon. Give him a fucking winnable fight. Goddamn. And even Brian Kelleher, I think, probably beats him pretty easily in 2024. So, we'll see. But, yeah, not very much else to say. Great performance by Victor Henry. And who should they fight next? I like Victor Henry versus Javid Basharat rematch. I think makes sense. And I think Rani should retire. But if he doesn't, he should fight like a Brian Kelleher or some shit. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Great win for Victor Henry. My locks tonight for a reason. Eventually I'll count up my locks and see what my score is this year, because I know I started off terrible, but I think I've been getting them right a lot more lately, so nice. But yeah, those are the prelims. Fine prelims. Maheshate was a great fight. Ivana was okay. Padilla was great. Souza was okay. Mays was okay. Hubbard, that was a good fight. And Victor was a good fight. Like, no bad fights. What the worst fight on the prelims was probably Souza. Yeah, probably Souza. Like, because besides that, you had fun fights. Really no bad ones. 2 questionable decisions, but they weren't even the worst decisions you've ever seen. And it was just a fun fight. So, a fun prelims. So, really, Maheshate and Padilla made those prelims, in my opinion. So. But now we go on to the main card, which was pretty insane. As we begin the main card in the welterweight division with a really fun fight that didn't last long, but are we shocked? As we begin the main card with Uros Medic versus Tim Means. Well, this was a quick and easy night for Uros Medic. Not really much happened. They did a little striking. I believe Tim tried to take Uros down once or twice, but Uros did stuff it. Eventually, Means was going to shoot another takedown, but Medic threw a perfectly timed uppercut that sent Means down and out. 209, all it took for Uros to knock out Tim Means. Well, I was wrong about this fight, not because I picked Tim Means, because I did not think Uros should be minus 300, and I was not very confident in my pick. I picked him by round 2 knockout. Yeah, Uros looked great, and I'll talk about Uros first, because this dude moving up to welterweight was fucking needed. Like, he's looked like... if you really look at his UFC career, he's not even a bad fighter, and his 2 losses, he's just ran into great fighters. Like, when your only losses are Jalen Turner and Orlaba, you can't be that upset at that. Jalen Turner's a ranked lightweight. Orlaba, we'll see next week what he can fucking do against Elvis Brenner. If he wins that, oh my god, that makes Uros look even better. And if you look at the people he's beating guys who he should be beating. Cruz, Morales, Summersberger, Means. These are guys who he should be beating, and he has been beating. And since moving up to welterweight, he's looked better. He's fought smarter. His gas tank looked improved against Semelsberger. His ground game, yes, all he did was stop takedowns, but that's still an improvement. He's looking good. He's looking like a real prospect again. Because it definitely seemed it was a point in time where he was kind of like, but now he's looking like a prospect again, and a good one at that. So let's see if he can build on top of this. Great knockout here, performance bonus. Let's see what he can do as he continues going through the welterweight division. Because again, that welterweight's clearly his weight class. Ever since moving up, he's looked great. Outside running into the looks to be great problem that's Orlaba. So let's see what Uros can do as he continues his welterweight run. And then for Tim Means, not very much to say. Tim Means, he's going to win, he's going to lose. He's going to lose more than he wins. But what's Tim Means? 40 years old. Do you cut him? No. Does he retire? I doubt it. Let's see what he'll probably fight another day. So yeah, Tim Means. Not very much else to say. Actually, this one's even better for Uros because he is only the second person to knock out Tim Means. The first was Nico Price. So, interesting fact there. But yeah. Besides that, who should I fight next? For Uros Medic, the best idea I could see. There's a few. Like Max Griffin was definitely the one that popped out at me the most, but I think he should fight Gunnar Nelson. So that really leaves Salikov, Jeremiah Wells, or Brian Battle. Because I don't know who else you could really do besides that. Why would he fight that? Why would he fight a Kanan Song or a Leach or Matt Brown? And he does not deserve to fight a Chiesa or a Michael Morales yet. So probably either Jeremiah, Muslim, or Brian Battle. And I'm down to see any of them. Brian Battle would be a really great fight. It would be really interesting. Jeremiah Wells, same thing, and Muslim Salikov. I think the one I would want to see the least is Jeremiah Wells, because with his style, it could be a boring fight, because he's just going to spear and take Uros down. So probably Muslim or Brian Battle would be the better fight. I'm down to see him fight Salikov or Battle. Either way, I'm down to see either. So, and again, why would he fight Matt Brown or Ponzinibbio or blah 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 blah. So yeah, really Battle or Salikov in my opinion. And then for Tim Means, go back to the drawing board and see what's next. Probably fight, I don't know, somebody. Let him fight an old dude. Too bad most of the old dudes in the division are he's already fought. I guess Court McGee. Has Court ever fought Tim? If that fight's never happened, let's do Tim Means and Court McGee. Fuck it. Matt Brown should fight fucking Santiago Ponzinibbio, and I think Tim Means should fight Court McGee. Let the old dudes fight each other. Don't feed them to the young guys. It's annoying. But yeah, great win for Uros Medic. Looked amazing. 2-minute knockout against a veteran. Can't get mad at that. And let's see how he continues to climb the welterweight rankings. So, and who should they fight? And the only thing I'll say is who should they fight next? For Uros, either Brian Battle or Muslim Salikov. And for Tim Means, Court McGee. So I think both make sense. And let's see if the UFC actually does them, because I fucking doubt they do. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. After that, we had to the fight of the night. Going into the card on paper, it was the best fight, and the fight of the night after the card. Jesus, what a great fight this was. And then our second fight of the night in the featherweight division, we have David Onama versus JSP Jonathan Pearce. Great fight and unexpected with how this went. So, in round one, Onama just looked like 10 times better than JSP. On the feet, was dominating. On the ground, he was just reversing JSP at will, and he easily won that round. In round two, Onama did seem to tire out and slow down. Definitely the best round of the fight for JSP. And then round 3, it was like round 1. On the feet, Onama was winning. On the ground, Onama was winning. And then they had the last 10 seconds. They did the Gaethje and Holloway. They said, "Fuck it, let's fight." And no one got knocked out this time, but it was a cool way to end a great fight. And your winner was David Onama by decision. Yeah, clear decision. Onama clearly won the first and third, and he looked great doing it. It's a shame he missed weight, because they would have probably got a fight of the night bonus if he did make weight, because they deserved it. That was the best fight of the night. But shit happens, and either way, Onama got the win, and he looked great. So yeah, I'll talk about Onama first, because like I said, when this dude's fighting at his best, he looks great. Like, he's had bad performances at times, like Armsfield and Santos. But when he's fighting at his best, like Benítez and JSP, he looks great. And then, like, in his 2 losses, short notice, and Nate Landwehr is just a fucking maniac. So, Onama is one of those dudes who, if he could consistently fight like how he did in this fight with Pearce, he could be a top 15 dude. He has all the talent. And actually, it's insane that these two are, like, we watched this fight and these two are unranked. Like, these two definitely deserve, both these guys have the talent to be top 15. I guess that just shows how deep and great featherweight is. So, yeah, great win. Onama needed this. He needed a great performance. Because he's not really, like, even the Santos one, he got the knockout, but he was not looking good in that fight. Onama needed a win like this, because he's not got this since Benítez, and that was 2 years ago. So, and like and he needed a win against a great fighter like JSP. So, and he just looked well-rounded and great. His ground game looked improved. His gas tank looked improved. He looked great. I can't say enough good things about Onama here, because he just looked great. So, great fight, great performance by Onama. To talk about JSP, a little shocked of how bad he looked here. He looked just off. Like, we know his striking sucks, but him getting fucking, like, dominated in a ground game like that is really interesting. Because, like, this is the most we've ever seen someone dominate JSP on the ground. Like, we've seen him fight guys on the ground who are good, like Makwan and Elkins, and he dominated them. Brito he was dominating, who was a great fighter, but, like, Onama just kicked his ass. He reversed him, like, I believe 5-6 times. Like, he just looked completely outmatched. Like, Onama was way stronger. Onama was just the better fighter. And he just looked outmatched, which I'm a little shocked by, because if anything, it should have been. I thought Pearce was going to just be able to take him down and control Onama like he's done in the past with fighters, but no. So, I do think he was trying to strike too much. Like, he didn't shoot a takedown till like 3-4 minutes into the first. So, I don't know. JSP has a lot of talent, but he definitely needs to go back to the drawing board, because something he's doing is not working. So, go back to the drawing board, get better, come back. Because now there's 2 L's in a row to great fighters, but 2 L's are still 2 L's. Another one would be a bad look, and just gotta keep your chin up and move forward. So, yeah, JSP will be back. Dude has too much talent not to be. And we'll see how he does in his next fight. I think he should take some time off, rebuild, come back probably the end of the year, and try and get back into one column. So, yeah. But besides that, let's talk about who they should fight next. For David Onama, I have an interesting idea, because there's a lot of ideas for Onama you can do, because a lot of the guys are in the area where he are unbooked. But the main idea I have for Onama is Hakeem Dawodu. I know that doesn't make much sense. Hakeem's lost 2 in a row. Onama's won. Really, Hakeem did win his last fight. That was a robbery. But I like that fight, because who else could you do? Damon Jackson, you could, but I think you should fight Kyle Nelson. Nate Landwehr, they already fought. Billy Q should fight Bill Algeo. Julian Erosa should fight Pat Sabatini, in my opinion. And, like, the only other name I'm considering would be Charles Jourdain, and I did kind of consider Sadiq Youssef, but does Onama deserve a ranking fight off of 2 wins? I don't think so. So, I like the Hakeem Dawodu fight. I think A, amazing fight, and B, why not? It'd be great. Like, let's do it, man. Hakeem and Onama? You're telling me that ain't fireworks? I'm down to see it. So, but most likely I could see him fighting Erosa or Billy, or I could see him giving them the Yusuf fight. So, I'm gonna say Hakeem Dawodu. I want to see that fight. I think it'd be a great fight. Let's do it. And then for JSP, take some time off and bounce back. Who could he fight? Charles Jourdain, maybe? Yeah, probably Charles Jourdain, or maybe someone even like lower than that. So, yeah, I say just take some time off and wait. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Besides, great fight, 5 tonight. Again, it's a shame Onama missed weight, but shit happens. So, and who should they fight next? I like David Onama versus Hakeem Dawodu, and I like JSP versus nobody for a while. Just relax till November, October, whatever. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Great fight, great one for Onama. Great fight. After that, we have to our third fight of the main card in the heavyweight division. A really fun fight when it actually started, and we got a nasty knockout. And then our third fight of the night, we have Jhonata Diniz, I know I'm saying that wrong, versus Austen Lane. Not really much to say in this fight. It was pretty, how do I want to say, simple, I guess. Pretty simple. Round 1, Lane took him down quickly and just kept him there for the whole round, which was smart because we saw what happened when they did strike. But doing that for 5 minutes gassed out Lane really badly. If you're hearing background noise, I'm sorry. It's 4:51 in the afternoon. You see why I try to record at night. But back to what I was saying, Austen did gas himself out badly doing the wrestling, and then round 2 he came out and just looked dead tired. And Jhonata shockingly did not. Jhonata looked great, came forward, and landed the big shot, and eventually landed a left hook from hell that sent Lane to the ground, out cold. Pretty much a Mark Hunt walk-off style KO, and that was that. Yeah, really interesting to see the adrenaline dump Lane had and how he gassed himself out more than he gassed Diniz out, which was not what I was expecting. So, but yeah, I'll talk about Jhonata first. He's gonna need to fix that wrestling ASAP, because if they give him another wrestler who won't gas out, hypothetically, let's just say he fights a Carl Williams or a let's just Carl Williams, or let's just hypothetically say an Alexander Romanov, he's going to lose because they will keep him down, because he was not getting up. The only reason he got up because the round ended. So, but besides that, on the feet he's great. Like, he's a former kickboxer. What do you fucking expect? He looked great. Like, on the feet he looked amazing, and he has power. His cardio looks to be okay, which is actually really nice to see. He just needs ground game, and if he can get some ground game, we'll see what he can do. I could see a top 15 guy here, which I know it's not saying much, it's heavyweight, but still, if he can get some ground game, he has all the striking he needs, he has the cardio, it seems. Just get that ground game, brother. Simple as that. But, yeah, not really much else to say for Jhonata. Great debut against a fighter he should have beat easily, and he did. And to talk about that fighter, Austen Lane, not very much to say. He's just not a UFC level guy. He's not good. Like, his striking sucks. His ground game, like, he's a one-round fighter. Like, his ground game's okay, but do I think he could keep someone down who's actually good? No. So, yeah, he's gonna probably get cut after his next fight, because he's probably going to lose again, because he's just not that good. So he's tall. He has the look of a fighter. He's one of those guys who has the look. He just sucks. Like, you see this giant fucking former NFL player, 6'6", jacked, blah blah blah. He can't fight. I guess he's just not good. So he'll probably get knocked out again and get cut. I don't think you cut him yet. One more L, time to hit the bricks. So, yeah, not very much else to say about Austen Lane. Besides that, let's talk about who they should fight next. For Jhonata Diniz, I have a fun fight idea for him that I really hope they do, because I think this would be really exciting. I think he should fight Junior Tafa. Why? Because I believe Tafa is a former kickboxer also. Or boxer, kickboxer, something along those lines. So we're pretty much gonna get a kickboxing match in a cage, and that'll be really entertaining. So fuck it, let's do Diniz and Tafa. I think that'd be fun. For Austen Lane, you could feed him to Chris Barnett, maybe. I don't fucking know. How much of a size disadvantage would that be for Chris? 5'9" to 6'6". Jesus fuck. Yeah, just feed Austen to someone you want to build up. Chris Barnett, fucking Jamal Pogues, fucking Machado, Peterson, anyone you really want. I doubt he beats any of them. Walter, anyone. So just feed Austen to someone, and that'll be simple. But yeah, not very much else to say. Great debut for Jhonata. He has good power, good cardio, just no wrestling. You gotta fix that. And besides that, who should they fight next? I like Jhonata Diniz versus Junior Tafa. And for Austen, feed him to somebody. Diniz and Tafa sounds like a fucking really, really fun fight. So let's do it. Great debut. After that, we head to our fourth fight of the night, the co-main to the co-main, and one of my favorite fights of the night, just because fuck the dumb bitch that lost this fight. I'm not gonna say much about this fight because it was just great. As we have Karine Silva versus whatever her fucking name is, who cares? Long story short, Karine wrestled her for 15 minutes and got the W. Simple, quick, effective, and it worked. So yeah, I loved it. Payback's a bitch. Besides that, who should Karine Silva fight next? Amanda Ribas, probably. That makes the most sense. Because who else could she really fight? Like, Natalya will probably fight Ketlen. Rose will probably fight Barber for some reason. Andrade will stay at strawweight. Really, Blanchfield has no one to fight, but unless you do Karine and Blanchfield, what the fuck are you gonna do? You're not gonna, they could do Karine and Cortez, but do they really want to end Cortez already? Because let's be honest, Cortez does not win that fight. So, most likely Karine and Ketlen, or Karine and Amanda Ribas makes the most sense. Probably, the only problem is not, but speaking of Cortez, the only problem is who do you have Cortez fight? And that leaves me with, I don't fucking know. So, we'll see. But, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Cortez is in a weird spot. She never fucking fights. So, yeah. We'll see. But, not very much else to say. Great one for Karine Silva. She's a really great fighter. Getting better. She showed she can go 15 minutes. And that's all we needed. So, great one for Karine. And, yeah, karma the bitch. Now on to our co-main event of the evening. A fucking insane fight that I can't believe went this way. As we have in the light heavyweight division, Bogdan Guskov versus Ryan Spann. What a weird, crazy fight. In round 1, Spann pretty much just took Guskov down and controlled him, which was not too shocking. But then round 2, Spann looked gassed, and Guskov somehow looked fresh when he's the guy known for gassing. And Guskov just picked Spann apart and rocked him a couple times. Finally knocked him down. Some ground and pound. Bogdan motherfucking Guskov gets the giant upset and wins. Wow. I bet Guskov as kind of just a fun pick. Fuck it. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. This motherfucker won and looks great. God damn, man. Who do I talk about first? This fucking idiot. What is wrong with this guy? He has the talent. He just does not have the fucking ability to show up. Like, He looks great in round 1, falls off a cliff. He looks great in round 1, he falls off a cliff. He gets subbed in round 1. Like, why does this dude suck so bad? But then other times he looks great. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's weird. He's a guy with all the potential, but he just keeps fucking tripping over his own feet and losing. Like, they literally, I swear they booked this fight just to get him an easy win. Because, on paper, really, Guskov should not win this fight at all. It's a complete mismatch. But somehow he fucking choked it. And now, he's pretty much on the verge of being unranked and should be on the verge of getting cut. And now Bogdan Guskov's in the top 15. Huh? I don't get it. I don't get it. That's Ryan Spann for you, man. I don't get it. He's not that old. He's only 32. You can't say, oh, he's old. He's in the prime of his fucking career, and he can't consistently show up and win fights. I don't get it. It's insane. Talk about Bogdan Guskov. He shut everyone up, me included, and I picked him. He looked so improved in this fight. Like, his gas tank looked improved. His cardio, like, his chin. Oh my fucking god. Like, he ate like 2-3 clean shots by Spann in a row, and he just, like, okay, cool. With his hands down, he's just, bunk. Cool, let's go, gunk. Let's go. Like, what the fuck? What? Is Volkan Usmir just, like, really good? I'm confused. Like, in a year, this dude, in less than a year, Guskov looked like a completely different fighter. Like, his cardio looked improved. Like, a guy who gassed in 3 minutes against Usmir and pretty much quit came in here and looked amazing against Ryan Spann. Huh? I don't get MMA. It makes no fucking sense. But now the dude's ranked. Good for him, man. Good for Guskov. I'm happy for him. Great fight. The highlight of the card. And he looked amazing. What an upset. You love to see it. But, yeah. The only thing left to say now is, who should they fight next? Sorry about that. I did not mean to open this fucking tab. Who should they fight next? I'm not even on the right tab. For Guskov, I don't see an idea right now because everyone's pretty much booked around him besides Azamat, and I don't think he should fight Azamat Mirzakhanov. So I guess just wait and see who wins some fights. You got Anthony and Petrino next week. You got Reyes fighting Jacoby. You got Menafield fighting Alberg. You got Usmir fighting Walker. Like, everyone's pretty much booked around him besides Azamat, and again, I don't like that idea. So Azamat will probably fight. I see him, like, giving him a big boost up to Krylov, but that's Azamat. For Guskov, if Anthony Smith wins next week, you have to do Guskov and Anthony Smith, I think. How do you not do that? But let's be honest, Anthony Smith is not going to win next week, so, yeah. But, yeah, and then for Ryan Spann, who cares? You could make the case for cutting him, and I'd be okay with it. He sucks. But if you give him another fight, give him an unranked guy, or feed him to Azamat Mirzakhanov, actually, the more I think about it. That makes the most sense. Fuck it, do that. But, yeah, not really much else to say. Great fight, great performance by Guskov, and who should they fight next? For Guskov, I don't know yet, give it time. And for Ryan Spann, Azamat Mirzakhanov, if he doesn't get cut, we'll see. What a fucking great upset. And then for the main event of the evening, wow, 216s, 316, what are the odds? Main event of the evening actually was not terrible, but annoying to watch as someone who picked this dipshit. We have in the flyweight division to end the night, Alex Perez versus Mateusz Nicolau. I swear Nicolau's fucking stupid. So round one, it was a filling out process. Really, nothing happened. I guess Perez won the round. I gave to Nicolau, whatever. Then round two, more of the same. Eventually, Nicolau gets up against the cage. Perez lands a perfect hook, Ilya Volk style, and Nicolau's out cold. Nicolau, you're a fucking wrestler. Why are you fucking striking, you dipshit? I don't get Mateusz Nicolau. Yeah, how bad is Manel Kopsy could knock this guy out? Yeah, not very much to say. I want to talk about this dickhead first because Nikolau's a dude who shows a lot of talent, but like I look at him as like one of the most he's like the most average fighter you can get. Is he a world beater? No. But is he a can? No. He's a perfectly passable fighter. But then he just fucking fights stupid. Like this was a gimme fight. You should have easily won this fight. Alex Perez ain't good, and you get knocked out by Alex fucking Perez in the main event. Like, dude, come on, man. I expect better. You can fight better than this. Like, getting knocked out by Royval is understandable. Brandon Royval is great. Alex Perez, the dude who fucking gets that fucking hangnail and pulls out of a fight. Like, come on, dude. You're better than this. Like, fuck. Him and Nicolau and Pinheiro are giving Page and Vanderford a run for their money for the shittiest MMA couples, because goddamn. Like, how are they so... Like, Pinheiro's not good. Nicolau should be fighting... Nicolau is actually good, but he fights like a fucking idiot. And again, he has no... I didn't add this. He has a glass chin. Come on. I expected better. You should have easily won this fight, and you got knocked out. You suck. For Alex Perez, he knocked out a guy with no chin. I really don't care. That's I really had no reaction to this. I could care less. Woo. Whatever. Yeah. Not very much else to say about this fight. Besides, who should they fight next? For Alex Perez, Brand Moreno. It's Moreno or Cop. Either or. I think Moreno makes more sense. Because... No, not really. Cop, I just want to see fight Kai. Book Cop and Kai already. Stop fucking waiting. Do it. Albazi should fight Royval, unless Royval fights Mukayev in Manchester. And in that case, then Albazi will probably fight the winner of Pantoja Ursig. But either way, that still leaves Moreno open for fight, and that should be Alex Perez. So. And for Matej Nicolau, didn't Tim Elliott just pull out of a fight? Oh no, that fight didn't. He already fought Tim Elliott, didn't he? He did. Fuck. Tagir, maybe? Well, yeah, probably Ulanbekov, because Nikolau's probably gonna move down 3-ish spots to probably around this range. So yeah, let's do Ulanbekov and Nicolau. Or even the winner of Tatsuya Taria and Joshua Van. So, yeah, something like that. Feed him to Tagir or Taria or Van. So, yeah. But I think flyweight division is interesting right now, especially if this guy does win the belt next week. Which hopefully he does. Knock on fucking wood. We need a champion we actually can remember. Instead of saying, oh yeah, Pantoja is the champion. I forgot. So... But yeah, I think it's pretty clear how you book the flyweight division. Royval fights Albazi. No, actually no. Royval fights Mukayev. Moreno fights Perez. Albazi fights the champion. Kai fights Cop. Nicolau builds someone up. And that's that. So maybe I'm stupid. Do I think the UFC... Because actually, is anyone booked right? Like, I think the only guy who's booked in this range is... I think Mukayev just got a fight booked. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure he announced he's on the Manchester card, so hopefully that is a Brand Royval. But yeah, besides that, not much to say. Flyweight's getting interesting, but this really does not change it up a whole lot. All of this does is get Brand Moreno a quick win against Perez and probably another title shot for some reason. So yeah, but yeah, that's your main event. Who should they fight next? I like Alex Perez versus Brand Moreno, and I like Matej Nicolau versus, I'll say, Tagir Ulanbekov. But yeah, boom, there's the card. How did I do on picks? Actually really good. 8 of 13, 1 perfect, 470. Easily could have got fucking 10 right if they would have scored these correctly. But yeah, the other 3 I did get wrong. Shit happens, but yeah, good night of picks. Can't really be too upset. Besides 2 robberies, debatably robberies, I'm not too upset. Bonuses. 4 bonuses went out to Alex Perez, Bogdan Guskov, Diniz, and Uros Medic. I would give a bonus to... I'm fine. I don't disagree with any of the bonuses. I definitely would have gave Padilla a bonus. I think he earned it. And I know I get why they didn't give this 5 tonight, because Onama missed weight and Pearce lost. So why would you give him all that money? So yeah, outside Padilla and I getting a bonus, can't really complain too much. And if you missed a card, what would I say you should rewatch? Probably the whole card. Like, it was good. Like, the worst fight on the card overall is probably the Karine fight, because that was kind of just Karine laying on top. But yeah, everything else was good. I'll rewatch everything. It was good. It was just I can't believe I'm saying that UFC Vegas 91 was a great card. I'm shocked. Oh, and I want to throw this in shout out to Charlie Arnold, because Joe Martinez got, I guess, like, started to not feel very good after around the Silva fight, and so Charlie had to step in and do the announcement for the Guskov fight, and she did a good job. So shout out Charlie Arnold. She did a great job. The little that she had to do, and respect. The first ever female UFC announcer. And not counting content series, I know Laura Sanko did that. But yeah, great job, Charlie Arnold. And yeah, great card. It was probably the best Apex card we've got in a long time, and I'm happily impressed with how good this card was. So I'm happy I was wrong. I think everyone's happy they were wrong about this card. It was good. Great way to follow up 300. And now we head into UFC 301, which looks fucking terrible for a pay-per-view. That's a fight night. I don't care what anyone says. If you waste $80 on that shit, you deserve to be disappointed, because that card doesn't, like, even if that was a fight night, it'd be kind of like, eh. Like, I'll talk about that next week. But yeah, we have more flyweights on tap next week. Can't wait. Pearce, please win the bout. But yeah, you'll hear me break down UFC 301 next week, Friday 1 p.m. EST, and then you'll hear me recap the card sometime on Sunday. I make no promises to actually have them a set time, because yeah, I guess I'm now fucking about 70, because I can't fucking stay up long after a card, so whatever. But yeah, I'll recap it sometime Saturday next week, and I'll break down it on Friday. So. But, unless I'm forgetting to say something, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs is goal by the end of the year. And as always, RX out. Good vibes only, and always.